In this short video, I want to examine a proposal to write a paper on Shakespeare's Pericles, a student-supplied proposal, and the student is just simply trying to come up with a theme or a topic to pursue to write for this play, Shakespeare's Pericles. And it's a decent length proposal. I'm going to read. It's made up of 2 paragraphs. I'm going to read the opening lines of each. All right. Actually, I'll deal with each paragraph. Okay. Within the story of Pericles, there are many themes and virtues to be pulled away. But one that is noticeable from the start is that things are not always as they seem. And the student begins to show me places in the text where he or she could back this up and all that. And I agree. There are so many places here, right? You can definitely show that is at play. Things are not as they seem. It's the old appearance versus reality thing, right? The thing about this, though, is that this is a Shakespearean thing. It's almost across the board. Almost every play, and some plays develop it much more than others. The comedy of errors being one in which it's the main technique. Hamlet, one of the main, I was going to say main sub-theme, but that doesn't work. One of the major sub-themes is the appearance versus reality thing. King Lear. I mean, it's everywhere. So, it certainly would be a useful exercise to do. And you could show me pulling from the text how this is at play. So there's no doubt at all, and you would have no problem establishing that it's there. Now I need you to discuss the why. Why do you think Shakespeare is doing this? So it would be, the whole thing about appearance versus reality would have to be sort of a subordinate tool for your analysis. It would lead you into a different conclusion. Just writing a paper to show that it's there would not take you very far. You could use it, though, to develop your paper to deeper waters, showing that it's there, and then trying to explain why. What is Shakespeare trying to do with this play between the appearance and the reality? But see, even if you reach a conclusion with that in Pericles, is it applicable to the other plays? Because Shakespeare is doing appearance versus reality in a lot of these other plays. So this is more of a topic or a theme for a book. I'm talking about writing a book, not writing a small paper on it. Because the small paper format doesn't give you enough space to develop this theme as it should be developed if you want to pursue it. So that was paragraph 1. Now in the second paragraph, the student says, also, throughout the entire play, good and evil characters are paralleled. We see that the evil king Antiochus contrasted with King Simonides. And then the student points out a lot of these parallel elements. And we've discussed this in one of these videos also. I've discussed it. So that's there too. That is there too. The student is finding these things, right? But think of the 2 paragraphs. One was about appearance versus reality. The second one was about parallel structures. That's a bifurcated topic. In other words, there are really 2 topics there. There are really 2 themes there. And if you try to do both in one paper, your paper is going to lack unity. And this is the problem of having like 2 good ideas or 3 good ideas and trying to cram it all into one paper. That paper itself is not going to be well crafted, because it's going to lack focus. These ideas somehow have to be, if you want to pursue this in the space of one paper, you're going to have to show how these ideas are subordinate to the synthesis of the 2. The third idea that is really the combination of these 2 ideas. But that was not in your proposal, in the student's proposal, so I don't think that was on track, down the track in the offing for the work, for the proposal, for the theme. But I do see it happen. I see it happen quite a bit. Students have good ideas, and then it's a painful thing to cut one loose. Say, I'm just not going to write about that because it's not going to fit into this one paper. Unless, of course, you take the 2 ideas and you mix them together. It's sort of the Hegelian synthesis, right? The thesis, the antithesis. You bounce one off the other, and you have one idea here and another idea here, and you kind of force them together, and you come up with a third idea up here that the other 2 down here support. If you do that, that's fine. But it's such a act of discipline to say, I'm going to let one of these ideas die because I don't have space to deal with them both, and I don't see how to combine them. So I would advise you to pick one or the other there and write your theme on that. And then in parallelism or appearance versus reality, to try to get more specific. Focus on one set of characters or one event or one situation, like shipwrecks, like trying to analyze what shipwrecks mean, because you have a couple of them there, and you can parallel the events that happen, trying to find core differences or similarities, and then come up with a conclusion on that. So, but yeah, that's still some fertile ideas that will help you get started.